Yeah, let's get back to Umineko. Okay, we were on the old sprites last time, so we'll use the pachinko sprites today. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Woodhawks! Oh wait, no. I was on the new sprites? I guess, do all of the save points? Huh? Hold on. Hold on. Did I use the new sprites or the old sprites last time? I'm confused. Hold on. Let me double check it real fast. This is my last Umineko stream. George into the meat grinder. Yeah, was I using old or new? Okay, I was using old. I think I switched to new like right at the end or something. I don't know. Okay, I wasn't here last time. Yeah, okay, so we're new sprites today. God, that glass breaking sound effect. Is the game audio too loud? Let me know. And then the magic summoned Beatrice Selma with the power of magic. Indeed. Well, I only answered the summons on a whim. After all, in this period where magic has long been denied, he was a man who was without a scrap of talent, yet so desperate to succeed. I thought I'd drop by and poke some fun at him, and that's when my luck ran out. Yeah, so Shannon and Beatrice are besties now. So happy for them. Her choice of words highlighted how much of a disaster this had been for her. Oof. Poor Bae. The BFFs. The babies. Shannon hesitated over whether it would be safe to continue this discussion, but Beatrice continued on her own, ignoring Shannon. After all, his contract did have a proper format and set of rules. So what's going on? I have no idea what Umineko is. So it's like a VN set in the 1980s with like this family that gets together for a family conference because everyone wants the grandpa that's gonna die soon's inheritance. But then like wacky zany magic stuff happens and everyone gets murdered. And we're at the start of like, I think there's like a time loop or maybe alternate dimension or something. But we're at the start of chapter 2, which seems to be set before chapter 1. So I think it's kind of like the past VNs this guy has done where there's like a time loop thing until they overcome whatever's happening. But yeah. After all, various procedures were mixed up, but, well, in deference to his enthusiasm, I graciously accepted it. Then I gave him a mountain of gold. And then the master used that gold and succeeded in business, and grew his wealth into what it is today. Indeed, his talent in magic was minimal, but it seems he has a knack for business and gambling. And perhaps it was due to the bravery and madness that led him to risk everything on unreasonable bets. Madness sometimes acts as magical power. I'm even more confused. I see. If you look at it that way, perhaps it isn't quite fair to say he was completely lacking in magical talent. The real magic was money. Gamba, get it twisted. Gamble a witch's gold. Shannon felt like she was daydreaming. By the way, isn't this that one chapter that has Jessica cosplaying as like Toho characters or something? Or is that in the fighting game? Well, everyone in the Yoshida Miya family knew the story of how Kinzo idolized black magic, summoned a witch, and received the gold. In actuality, it was all rambling that no one believed in. And now, Shannon was having this story confirmed by the witch herself. She felt a little flustered by this incredible secret that only she knew. Yo, Toho cosplay? Yeah, so like, this game was made around the golden era of like Toho fandom, so I guess it had a lot of crossover with Toho. Which I guess makes sense because it's about witches and stuff. Once Kinzo gained his vast fortune, he could realize every dream that can be satisfied by objects attainable in the human world. And in the end, he searched for the truth of this world. The truth of this world? The single element that makes up the world. You can't just drop a bombshell like that on me. Kinzo, who had gained everything one can obtain in the human world, searched for that, the final desire humans seek. He wanted a hoe, the single element. She seemed to remember the witch using that word before. When Beatrice saw Shannon trying to remember what that was, she laughed bitterly, waving her hand and saying there was no need to worry. I underestimated Kinzo just a tad. I truly didn't expect him to display such power. And thanks to that, I'm in this state. I've been sewn in place on this island for several decades now, without even a friend to drink tea with. No matter whom I try to talk to, my voice doesn't reach them, and no matter where I go, I cannot do anything. Oh howdy! Hello there, Overtaker! How's it going? Such boring decades. As she laughed in self-derision, she tapped her teacup with her finger. It made the light sound of pottery. Shannon didn't know whether the word self-derision was really an accurate expression to describe the look on the witch's face. Shannon didn't understand everything, but she could more or less figure out the situation. And it was probably a topic she couldn't press the witch on easily. Not unless the witch started talking about it herself. To sum up everything she had said up until now, Beatrice, who had been summoned by Kinzo's magic, could not leave this island for some reason. And she had lost her power and her form, living her days in boredom. During that time, her words had reached Shannon, who never forgot to show sincere respect for the witch. And Shannon had helped the witch regain her power, if only a little bit. I wonder why it's only Shannon that can talk to Beatrice. Wait, wasn't she also able to talk to Canon, too? As a result, it was now possible for the witch to drink tea with Shannon like this. Or was it because of Shannon that she was able to talk to Canon? I don't know. Beatrice-sama, what in the world was that mirror you told me to break? Ah, that. Long ago, it seems various things happened on the islands around this area. Because of that, malignant forces gathered here and began to draw in an evil distortion. It seems traveling Eastern magician or something built a shrine for the repose of souls and sealed them in there. And that in itself has nothing to do with me, but unfortunately that magical power rested on a different foundation than mine. It created a strong interference with my magic and was extremely bothersome. Is that how it was? And I just assumed it existed only to seal you, Beatrice-sama? I was not its target. Oh, wait. There's like a whole league of magicians, I'm assuming. We know there's demons too, I think. But it was a divine mirror. As a result, my power was sealed away. To use food as an example, maybe it would go something like this. Magical EMP. Get out the big fucking gun. Get the magical BFG. Let's say the Western food I ordered is being made in the kitchen. However, when they try to set the table, the area for the guests' seating is in the Japanese style with Japanese style dishes. So the kitchen is unable to serve a plate that would be out of place. No matter how long I wait, my Western food won't arrive. Something like that will be a Karen and complain about it. Oh, Song! Hello! Oh my god. Thank you for the subscription, Song. Big the bun. Thank you. How's it going, Song? Hello, hello. So, you destroyed that Japanese-style guest seating and returned the area to a blank slate for a time. Thanks to that, the meal I had ordered was finally delivered, and my power came back, you could say. I get to eat my Western-style cookies. Let's go. However, so far, only the aperitif has... Is that like an appetizer or something? Is she being fancy and saying appetizer in a different way? Rich people, I swear to God. It will still be quite some time before the main dish. As I am now, I'm even more fragile than a shoe store fairy. She gets to eat the breads. I eat a pizza. What's so amusing? Nothing. I just thought your metaphor was pretty funny. I never would have thought to use a story about food as a metaphor for magic. I thought it a rather skillful comparison, but I certainly didn't expect it to be laughed at. I'm a bit offended. A slightly sulky expression rose to the witch's face. It wasn't a strange expression at all to be appearing on the faces of friends as they enjoyed their tea. Although I may not look it, I was known for doing extremely brutal things in the past. I've gotten soft. Now I can even have a foolish discussion while drinking tea with a human. Well, don't worry, Beatrice. You'll do brutal things in the future, like killing her and her entire, family. She gets to eat the breads. Olive Garden breadsticks only. Damn, really? I want some, pizza breadsticks. She was probably talking to herself. As Beatrice gazed at the seabirds, tracing the horizon, she put her tea to her lips again. I mean, at least that's filling. That's true. And you can take as many breadsticks as you want as long as they can fit in your bag. The clouds have come out. When the ocean loses its brilliance, it's nothing more than a gray puddle. You think so? I think the ocean is a beautiful deep blue even when it gets cloudy. Maybe the witch noticed the deep meaning behind Shannon's words. She laughed lightly and set down her empty teacup. It seems those things buried in your eyes aren't black pebbles anymore. How was it? Do you see how it feels for furniture to be reborn as a human? Yes. I never knew the world was this kind. Since the start of her relationship with George, Jenny's face had grown brighter more often. Her smile had made everything go smoothly and had even changed her fortune. I'm gonna try to avoid getting off on a tangent talking about how much I hate George. Shannon made less mistakes in her work than she had before, and the family members' opinion of her was slowly starting to change. I'm sorry, she's furniture? Okay, so she is like a maid for this really fucked up family that adopts orphans and raises them to believe that they're given this really good chance, and they make them believe that they're furniture and that they have no feelings and shit like that. Really fucked up family. Just the other day, she had been surprised when Kraus, who rarely exchanged words with her, had suddenly started talking to her. Wait, Kraus? Beatrice is a maid connoisseur? Beatrice is based. You've been wearing a splendid smile more often lately, haven't you? Has something good happened? No. It's their family custom to take advantage of orphans. But every day is fun, yes. Let me say it for you in short layman's terms. Fuck George. Thank you, Adamello. Oh, neat. Wonderful. I'll BRB. See you in a bit. It goes without saying that coffee is more delicious when poured with a smile. I was Cross like not a bitch to Shannon, unlike his wife? Could I ask for that smile once more? I'm not sure whether I should be creeped out or what here. George more like Lamorge. Yes, sir. That had become a chance for Shannon to gain confidence in herself. My internet is crashing every 5 minutes. Oh jeez, that sucks. Yo, I'm here. Oh, welcome, Leonix. Also, is stream okay for everyone? I decided I'd try out the model again, since I think I figured out what my issues were last couple Higurashi? No, Umineko streams. But let me know. Keep me on the update. Of course, it didn't go beyond her own heart, and it wasn't so big a change that anyone would notice. But she had begun to change, bit by bit. What did I miss? Last thing I remember was Beatrice eating chocolate on the beach. Pretty much that. Beatrice was just kind of giving her an explanation on, like, the mirror was people in a Japanese dining room being unable to serve Western sweets that she wanted until she got rid of the Eastern room. Kind of a weird analogy for why she can't use magic, but yeah, we were being given analogies earlier. Now Shannon's like happy because her relationship with George is going good. She's got Beatrice to talk to, so Cross is happy that she's happy, I guess. Shannon understood it clearly. I mean, Beatrice, eating chocolate. Knowing love is the same as gaining a soul. The same as being reborn, from furniture into a human. Shannon has a friend that won't do anything evil, I'm sure of it. Yeah, she totally won't kill her and, like, scar half of her face with, like, a hoe or anything. There's absolutely nothing mistaken in Beatrice's words. I love the Beatrice impersonation. Oh, Beatrice! By knowing love, Shannon had learned what it was to be human. These have been unusual snacks. It was time well spent. It's probably about time for you to return to your work. So let us end our tea party now. After all, it seems a certain person doesn't like seeing us drink tea together. Oh, Canon? Huh? The music is super loud. Oh, thank you. Okay, I just turned it down. Let me know when the music starts playing again, whether it's loud. The witch gripped a teaspoon and flipped it with her fingers, sending it up in the air. The music cut. How ominous. You know when the music cuts, something's about to happen. After that, it was launched by the fingers of some invisible person and flew straight into a nearby bush. Kanon, I knew it. The bush shook violently and Kanon came out. It seemed he had been there for some time, watching their tea party. The spoon was gripped in his hand. If he hadn't caught it in an instant, it might have hit him hard in the forehead and caused him to start oozing blood. Stab him once, shame on you, Beatrice. Stab him twice. Well, that's just a mistake on Kanon's part, I guess. Do not worry. Our tea party is over now, Kanon. How long were you here? If you had called to us, I'd have poured you some tea, too. I imagine that you didn't want to interrupt a pair of women talking, right? Sick reflexes, though. Yeah, Kanon's pretty cool. I want to learn more about him. Him and Shannon are my favorites right now. Kanon kept silent, but there seemed to be a slightly hostile look in his eyes. And I'm curious why it's only Shannon and Kanon that can talk to Beatrice. Are they like... Because they're orphans, maybe they're like connected to Beatrice in some way? I don't know. On the outside, he acted with respect. But unlike Shannon, Kanon did not trust the witch. Watch him have a ninja or military background. He's like 14 years old. Damn. The army recruiters are coming after 6-year-olds now. When Beatrice hit the table with her pipe, the tea set turned into gold butterflies, which flew upwards all at once. They then scattered in every direction, and the cleanup was already done. Ooh. It was fun, Shannon. Let us meet again. Oh my god, I got hiccups. Hold on. Let us meet again if the chance arises. My magical power is still quite lacking. Clearly you never played Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, I played the superior Metal Gear Solid game. Metal Gear Solid. Included in my copy of Ape Escape 3. It's tiring, even to show myself. If you're that tired, never appear again. Kanon had said it in a small voice, but the witch seemed to have heard it perfectly. Thought you were gonna say Revengeance. No. Metal Gear is the best Metal Gear. You play as a monkey. And you save, like, the dude from Metal Gear that's, like, strapped to a cross shirtless getting hit by a monkey. Best game. She giggled, but did not reply. Shannon, tell me more about George at our next tea party. There are no snacks sweeter than a person's love life. Fascinating. Oh, hey there, Sven! Hello, how's it going? See you again. And then she got the Windows Movie Maker transition effect. Let's go. Beatrice's body also became gold butterflies, which scattered in all directions and disappeared. It was a fantastical and beautiful scene, like a blizzard of gold leaf. For a while, Shannon quietly watched the witch's exit. Kanon approached her from behind and spoke with an expression that was drastically different from hers. Nissan, didn't I tell you to stay away from her? Beatrice-sama isn't that bad of a person. Yes, she might be a little shady, but... The fact that only we can see her is suspicious enough. Please tell me that the famous terrorist and mercenary Solid Snake says her, Colonel. These guys sure are not monkeying around. He probably does. I remember they made like they had like the whole, like, what do they call it? The system where they talk to each other in Metal Gear with like the Colonel and stuff. And then you eventually get the Cogdim. And they were making like a bunch of ape jokes. Yeah, the codec calls, yeah. That thing isn't human. Who knows what she might be planning? She ain't a thing. She's my friend, Kanon. Kanon-kun, I think that's a little rude. There was a touch of sternness in Shannon's voice, which is unusual for her. Oh dear, seems I disconnected from chat for a moment. Now, what did I miss? Oh, hey, there's Sven. Yeah, so what you missed so far with Umineko was, we've been talking to Beatrice. Jen's doing a little better with work because of how happy she is. And now Kanon wants her to stay away from Beatrice, because he's suspicious of her. But yeah, hello! To Kanon, who knew her well, she must have sounded extremely stern. Kanon, looking excessively surprised considering Shannon's tone, Fell silent. It's true that Beatrice-sama is different from humans. She has a terrifying power, so I think it's right for us to fear and respect her. Still, I think it's incredibly rude to despise her just because she isn't human. I understand what you're trying to say, Nessan. Hola, hola, amigo. How's it going? You've changed ever since she gave you that brooch. Oh, she gave her a brooch? It's like you're her prisoner. She brought you and George-sama together, and now you're indebted to her. Oh yeah, that's right, that's right. That was the thing that she said, that she could throw away or whatever. I'm remembering things. Don't say things like that. Yeah, the magic one that makes George fall in love with her. Yeah, that one. I felt like she gave her something different. I don't know why I didn't think it was a brooch. That thing isn't human. It's going alright? Trying out some new games I grabbed from Steam sales. Ooh, what'd you get? We don't know what she's thinking. So you mustn't trust her. And we aren't humans either. Oh, that reminds me. It's time for me to show again. The heck? GU last week code is on sale, I think, until the 19th. If anyone has not picked it up yet. We aren't humans either, Nessan. Kanon's words grew more serious. By the way, how's the audio sound? Is it still louder than me? Those words probably gouged at Shannon's heart. She bit her lower lip and hung her head. I went and grabbed Cassette Beasts, Necess, and Digimon World Next Order. Ooh, I heard a lot of good things about Cassette Beasts. And Digimon World is really good. Never heard of Necessi. Audio sounds good to Sven? Okay, nice. We are furniture. I had so many good things to Cassette Beasts. Yeah, that's the Pokemon-like game, right? Even if we receive names and are treated as humans, that won't change the manner of our birth. We are no longer furniture. Those words Beatrice had given her, which had made her happiest, floated through Shannon's mind. Cassette Beats is very cute so far. Found a very cute person. Ooh. Yee, okay, it is the Pokemon game. Best part so far, I get to be Bald MC. Yo, let's go! I am not furniture. No, you are furniture. We are less than human. Nessan, you're just pretending to have forgotten. Pretending to be human. Damn, Kanon, what the fuck? Don't let the rich people indoctrinate you. You know that as well as I do. I can leave this island whenever I want. I am not furniture. I'm human. No, you aren't. Damn, Kanon putting her down. Yeah, what the hell, Kanon? You have never possessed what it takes to love or be loved. Damn. Well, to be loved, I could combat that, Kanon. Because someone loves you. Kanon's criticism seemed to have shifted away from Shannon's meeting with the witch. Shannon picked up on that quickly. I heard from the lady. Seriously, what were you thinking? I can't believe you would go on a trip with George-sama. You've forgotten your place as furniture. You've just been tempted by that witch, mistakenly believing that you'd become human. Listen, Kanon-kun. Who stands like that? There's a character who has that exact stance? Like Kanon? It's true that we're furniture. Lesser beings inferior to humans. Damn, bro. F off. Yeah, let her be happy. I mean, okay. If the complaint is about George, then yeah. I agree, Kanon. If it's about her being happy, then... boy. But if it were possible to make up for what we lack... Wouldn't that be the same as becoming human? Elliot, tell him to F off. F off, Kanan. I still love you, though. Such a thing could never happen. This is gonna bug me. Yeah, I'm trying to think who does, like, the cross arm in front of their chest. It's kind of makes me think of, like, military stuff. No, it could. But George makes her happy. If we can do that, we won't be furniture anymore. We can become human. The complaint is clearly him saying that she's acting like a person. Ninjas. He's got the ninja pose. Ridiculous. As if you could ever do such a thing. Kanan spat those words out, but did so weakly and turned away. He was probably giving up. After all the suffering he'd undergone during those days he'd lived as furniture, his heart was firmly sealed. That's what happens when you indoctrinate an orphan child. You can do it too, Kanan-kun. You can become a normal human. Stop it. That's the witch talking. I bet you can look at like any Capcom game with a ninja and they have the same stance. Yes. Beatrice-sama taught me. By attaining the single element of this world, you can become human. Or rather, nobody's human if they don't have that. That's why people spend their entire lives trying to gain that single element. The concept of love. I don't understand what you're saying, Nissan. I don't want to listen to ranting. Then I'll teach it in a way even you can understand. Look, see what I'm pointing at? I am back! Oh, welcome back, Mello! Hello, hello! Shannon quietly pointed at the sea, towards the horizon. Kanan didn't understand what she meant, and couldn't do anything except look between the horizon and Shannon's expression, which seemed to be posing a riddle. The sea. Umida! Kanan-kun, what color does the sea look to you? It was an extremely simple question. It looks red like blood. Next question. For a while, Kanan tried to guess at the meaning behind it. But he couldn't think of anything, so he answered obediently. It's a hazy dark gray color. So what? Oh, that's the same thing Beatrice said. Objectively speaking, the sea, laid out beneath a cloudy sky, could probably be described best by Kanan's words. But as Shannon closed her eyes and smiled, she shook her head slightly. It looks deep blue to me. Is that what you mean? Like how Japanese people use the word blue to refer to a green traffic light? Fucking Midori and Aoi. This bitch, let me see. Oh fuck, Hubert, that's right! Hubert does have that pose. It's a military pose. Fucking Hubert. No. The sea is deep blue. If I understand and you don't, then that's the difference between us. Kanan bit his lower lip and was silent for a while. I don't understand. You just got served, Kanan. By a maid. Kanan-kun, would you stick out your hand? Ladle guard. Oh, is she gonna give him the brooch? As Kanan was taken aback, unable to understand what she was saying, she took his arm and opened the palm of his hand. Shannon softly set something there. Yeah, she served him on a silver platter. Gosuji-sama. Oh, speaking of, my work is doing a thing on the 22nd, and they said that they're gonna do a costume contest. And I was thinking of all the costumes I have. And my two options are Joker Persona 5 or a maid outfit. Which one do you think is more likely to win an award? Because they're gonna have a costume contest. Maid? Yeah, I was thinking probably the maid. People probably would be like, what is Joker? Like a masquerade person? Joker? Guess I'll see. I still gotta decide which one I want to go, but I'm definitely debating the maid more. Oh right, normies. Yeah, these are normies. If I had my Madoka cosplay though, I know a lot of people at work like Sailor Moon and stuff, so I could probably go as a magical girl and they would get it. But I don't have my Madoka cosplay yet. Shannon softly set something there. It was that magic brooch which she had received from Beatrice. A magic charm shaped like a gold butterfly that could bring love to fruition. This is hers? Plus, if you use maid and theme it around ice cream, it will fit too aesthetically for them to not vote. No, this is mine. So think of it as me and treat it with respect, okay? After being spoken to like that, he couldn't just throw it away. Conan didn't know what he should do, and he stood there confused for a while, the brooch still on the palm of his hand. Shannon put the palm of her hand on top of Kanan's, and the brooch was warmed by both of their hands. This charm holds true magical power. I'm sure it'll teach you an important emotion, Kanan-kun. There's nothing to be learned from that person's magic. No, there is something. So wear it. If that's embarrassing, I hear it's okay if you just hide it in your pocket. Ridiculous. As if I'd let the magic of that person lead me astray. Even as he said that, Kanan couldn't be cold-hearted towards something Shannon was urging him to take. In the end, Kanan took it and agreed reluctantly, saying he'd proved that he wouldn't surrender to the witch's power. I'm gonna try and finish Pocket Mirror as I watch stream. Oh, good luck! Adamelo! Shannon smiled and nodded back. I'm sure you'll be able to learn something important from it. And I'm sure you can become human. And when you do, I'm sure this ocean will look like a beautiful blue to you as well, Kanan-kun. Gray is gray, no matter how many times you look. Are you sure about this? Is this dress gray or is this dress blue? What's wrong, Kanan-kun? It only looks like that because you have no... What is this, Alice Mayer? You guys beeping out love now? XXXX. I wanted to be XXXX. I wanted to XXXX. You have no beep? Huh? Because of the howling wind, he hadn't been able to catch the main point of what she just said. So Shannon said it once more. The single element of the world. She spoke once more of the world where it existed, where the sea was deep blue. I'm sure you'll be able to see a deep blue ocean too. After all, without love, it cannot be seen. Probably meant love, yep. So is it time for the Jessica arc? Who is that? It is Kanan, Master. It was rare for Kinzo to leave his study. However, the fact he had didn't mean his noble research had been suspended. He may have left the study because of a change in mood, but that didn't mean the thoughts filling his head were any different from those he had while inside the study. Kanan knew that no matter what the time, speaking to Kinzo when he didn't want to be spoken to would always disturb his research. It's cloudy out there. It'll get worse. Yes. According to the weather report, it could rain at any time. Shall I bring an umbrella? It will not come to that. Leave me alone for a while. If my children ask, say that you do not know where I am. I am busy on a journey through my own thoughts. Certainly. But you've got no bitches. What do you mean you're going on a journey through your own thoughts? You're thirsting after some lady that doesn't want to be anywhere near you, bro. Then, if you would excuse me. Before Kanon finished bowing, Kinzo had already returned to his own world, having forgotten Kanon's presence completely. And once again, he began rambling to himself. Amidst those words, the name of that witch popped up many times. Oh, Beatrice! My hands will not reach your smile. What can I do to revive you? What can I do to make you smile at me once more? What is lacking? My research, my materials, my catalyst. Or is it magical power or luck of an oracle? Oh, Beatrice! Oh, Beatrice! What can I do to see your face one more time? Oh! As Kanon listened to his master's weeping voice with his back turned, he turned around just once. When he did, right behind his isolated old master was the shadow of a person who shouldn't have been there. Oh, it's Beatrice! Whoa! Beatrice! It was the witch. At once, thinking that the witch must be plotting to do Kinzo some harm, Kanon dashed back to Kinzo and tried to form a shield with his body. Apples make me smile. When he saw the expression on the witch's face, the emotion of his vanished. I want to have some apple pie. It's about time for apple pies to be in season. Or at least for a bunch of people to have apple pie stuff available. After all, Beatrice's expression was sorrowful and maybe pitying. You fool, Kinzo. Can't you see me even though I am here? I depict his mind as constantly the crying emoji getting disintegrated. Right behind Kinzo, as he repeated the witch's name over and over, desiring to be reunited with her more than anything else, was the witch herself. But the intro sequence must have been updated during last update, because there seemed to be more animations to candles and objects for each girl's introduction? Eh? And yet, Kinzo didn't notice anything. When Beatrice tried to rest her hand on his shoulder, he didn't notice. I also noticed that they put back in an update a while ago the mouth sewn shut. So it actually reflects on the sprite for Angel now. Yeah. Got an apple tree in our yard, we do. Ooh, I wish we had an apple tree. When Beatrice tried to rest her hand on his shoulder, he didn't notice. Why does my hand not reach Beatrice's smile? Is it the age of the moon? The circle of the comets? The alignment of the planets? What is lacking? What is this? It's useless, Kinzo. Without love, it cannot be seen. So nice schedule, Dork. Didn't know we were playing SMT1. We are not playing SMT1. I just didn't feel like typing out the whole name. Kanon took the brooch he had received from Shannon out of his pocket. By learning something new, would he become able to glimpse something he couldn't see now? Without love, it cannot be seen. So I'm blind. He looked at Kinzo's back once more. The witch could no longer be seen there. Please explain to me the thought process that leads you to the conclusion that typing Shin Megami Tensei would be easier than SMT Nocturne or just Nocturne, both of which you have done before. Listen. I'm not always going through the same functions, okay? Oh, is this the school festival for Jessica? Ah, they got pumpkins. It's Halloween. Cha cha cha. The biggest fall event for the Yoshida Miya family was the family conference in October. But to Jessica, there was another major event that came before that. The school cultural festival. God, it's always funny seeing this in VNs. Like real pictures with the filter over it. I love it. Jessica liked school. Pumpkins! Pumpkin! To her, it was a place where she could let out the stress she'd built up from the rigid lifestyle she was forced to lead at home. Head empty of thought, full of maidens. For today's cultural festival, she'd formed a group with her friends. Oh, full of maids. Ah, I see. Yeah, that's me. And announced that they'd perform some light music on a temporary stage. She had prepared and practiced for this over and over until today, always anxiously awaiting this day's arrival. Oh, is this the Toho cosplay? There was one thing that worried her. She looked at the clock. I wonder if they had to censor it. Or if that only happened in the remake. There was still a little time, but she felt uneasy. Yes, school culture festival. Too bad it seems to be our classmate Mayu's last day here before moving away. Let's stay after hours and tell scary stories. That's with horror games and school festivals, huh? Would that person really come? After taking a single deep breath, her heart jumped when all her friends suddenly started speaking in shrill voices. No way! Hina's boyfriend's so awesome! Isn't he? Isn't he? Rin's boyfriend looked really smart. Is it true that guy's a glasses beast? A glasses beast? What? No way, no way. My husband will be a pretty boy. It may not be like this for all girls. But at least at Jessica's school, the cultural festival was basically a boyfriend exhibition. What kind of school is this? Damn, I never heard those SFX in this game before. Jessica didn't have a boyfriend. What we need is a horror game taking place during a school festival. I'm pretty sure I actually have a horror VN that's like that, I think. Let me double check. I think its name was Miniature Garden. I think that might have been the plot of that VN. I know I wanted to stream it at some point because I started playing a bit of it. And then I was like, oh, I'll stream it. But from what I remembered, I think it was during a school festival. And people were like dying. In the woods not far from the city lies a school called the Miniature Garden. Miniature festivals held there every 3 years. There's a rumor that an unnatural death will befall someone on the night of the festival. This year, as the sun sets, Esunari and 4 other students find themselves trapped alone in the school on the night of the festival. So yeah. We got one. I got it in my Steam library, maybe eventually. I've got like 500 games to play. She had many friends of the opposite sex, but no special only one. Oh, send link later? Same. Jessica was a little famous around the school, and everyone thought it'd be natural for her to have a fitting partner. Furthermore, her pride had led her to pretend that this was true. She'd somehow managed to keep them fooled until this year. But for various reasons, she hadn't been able to escape this year's cultural festival. Jessie! Is your boyfriend here? What? No. Looks like he's not here yet. Maybe he's busy with work? So, what kind of person is he, Jessie? At least give us a hint. What kind of relationship? What kind of relationship? Awesome. So he's a working man? Will he come in a suit? Of course he'll be wearing glasses, right? Yeah! Hey, he actually doesn't exist, right? If you come clean now, we'll let you join us. Let's cry together through this year's cultural festival. No. He exists. I told you he really exists. Jessica, just tell the truth. You had the chance to tell the truth, Jessica. Jessica's bitter smile was covered with cold sweat. It was starting to seem doubtful whether she really had deceived her sharp-witted friends. Girl! Okay. Then, how about making a fake boyfriend and taking him with you? A fake? Who? I can't think of anyone who'd do that. Shannon's ridiculous plan surprised Jessica into hysterics. Even so, it's probably more realistic than the crazy methods running through her head about getting a boyfriend in the big rush before the cultural festival. For example, what about Kanon-kun? Kanon-kun? No way! Anyway, I'm sure Kanon-kun has work on the day of the festival, and I don't want to bother him. Of course, I've already checked the schedule. Kanon-kun has that day off. Ooh, why are you always so clever when it comes to stuff like this? She's being the wing woman now. No, wait. It'd be even worse if he's off. I can't pull him away from a precious day off just for my own vanity. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Like, you're his employers, and you're like, oh, yeah, I know it's like your day off and all, but if you don't pull Kanon-kun away, he'll always be shut away by himself. So I think it'd be perfect if you could drag him out of his shell. You think so? Look at that expression. No, but I feel bad for him. Then I guess you're out of options. How about meekly confessing to everyone that you don't have a boyfriend? There's no way Kanon can act the part though, right? Yeah. Didn't she already feed them like a bunch of like false stories about her boyfriend before this? Like Shannon should know this. Yeah, Kanon will just be like, I'm just here for the snacks. I'm just cause bodyguard. True, it may be terribly embarrassing. But you'd only have to endure for this short and yet long time before graduation. To a pair of lovers, there's no sweeter honey than the face of a single person with an inferiority complex. Oh, goddamn, Shannon. Shannon! You aren't really worrying for my sake, are you? You're teasing me, right? Jessica wrestled about with Shannon, her eyes teary. But Shannon was unfazed, laughing with her usual smile. Shannon be flexing. She's like, I got a boyfriend, you don't. Yes. This is to get you back for making fun of me and George Sama all the time. Ooh, let's go. Listening to Shannon's comeback, the likes of which didn't happen even once a year, Jessica hugged her cushion and rolled around on her bed, pretending to faint in agony. I heard the Hetalia Ukraine booba bounce sound effect! Oh my god. She couldn't stand Shannon's smile, which looked so triumphant. But right now, she was the only person Jessica could talk with. She spent most of her life being treated like an object. She gets to flex a bit. Yeah, she gets to flex a bit as a treat. As a trick-or-treat. Happy Halloween! She could choke her to death with her cushion later. Is it really so bad, milady? It's a cultural festival, but it's also a chance for you to have fun with Kanan-kun. No, that may be true, but... No! Jessica buried her head in her favorite pillow to hide the fact that her face had grown bright red. Her favorite pillow is Shannon's breasts. As she grumpily chewed the fingernail on her thumb. Oh, she's just like me, for real, for real. It really was a reaction to be appreciated. Shannon and Jessica were of about the same age, of the same sex, and friends. And they were both right in the middle of puberty. They could never talk enough about love. That's why they could talk freely about these topics to each other. So Jessica had heard a lot about how Shannon and George's love was progressing. And Shannon had heard a lot about what type Jessica liked, what kind of man she might be interested in. Another Elio, how many of them are there? Judging by Jessica's reaction, it'd probably be rude for us to go into precisely what these things are. However, this story won't get anywhere if we just have Jessica rolling around forever, so let's dive in. Okay, Beatrice. Jessica had been thinking about Kanan ever since he'd shown up. It was extremely rare for young men to visit Urokanjima. So maybe it was natural for Jessica, a girl in puberty, to develop an interest in Kanan. But if anyone said that, it would destroy the romantic ideals of a maiden's pure heart in love at first sight. Shannon had been with Kanan a long time at the orphanage, so she'd known him since before they started working. So Jessica had asked persistently about what his hobbies were, what his favorite food was, what type of girl he liked. Even to Shannon, it was clear that Jessica was infatuated with Kanan. Come on. Isn't this a good chance to take Kanan-kun on a date? But Kanan-kun might also have someone he likes, so... Girl, he is like stuck on this island and he talks to no one unless it's for his job. You think he socializes with women? Moggy's here! Oh, hey there, Moggy! Hello! How's it going? So, wouldn't he take it badly if I made him go with me just to show off? People who aren't honest with themselves like you are... What was that word I learned from George Soma? That's right. I think it was... Sundora? Sundora. Sundarais. Apparently, they'll be all the rage in a decade or so! Oi. Yeah, because this is set in the 1980s. Wow, George Nissan sure is incredible, managing to foresee future trends like that. I'm also a future trend seer because I cosplay as Marissa Kirisame. Awesome. No, wait. Are you saying I'm living in the wrong decade? Damn, George predicting trends. God damn. I give up. It took several days of wasted efforts, but in the end, Jessica agreed to the plan of having Kanan pretend to be her boyfriend. The writing in this chapter is very silly. Hello, I'm okay. Well, that's good. What did she mean by that? Yes, milady. Did you call me? Jessica regretted calling out at such a bad time. Kanan always looked sullen, but he had some bad days and some better days. Oh fuck, she foretold the future. The whole family has like future sight. They got the Monado's power. Unfortunately, this reaction was the former. No, all that confidence and effort she built up practicing in front of a mirror all night was wiped out in about 5 seconds. Jessica turned bright red and hung her head. When she saw that... Oh, when he saw that, Kanon sighed. Jessica thought that he was exasperated with her, and her face went pale. I heard from Shannon. This is about having me go with you to the cultural festival, right, milady? Nice one, Shannon. I mean... Yeah, that face. What does that look like in the original? I'm curious. That's right. Do you have any plans that day? I was strictly ordered by Shannon to work specially for you on that day, milady. I've never been to high school, so I don't really understand. But I hear it's a place where girls can be shamed if they don't have a boy with them. You make very good sounds of anguish, Elio. I don't know if I should thank you or be upset that I do. I was given special orders to see to it that the daughter of the Yoshida Miya family is in no way inferior to the common people. Shannon will beat you to death later! Jessica kept yelling with a strange voice and a broken smile, like a tea kettle filled with boiling water. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Adamello. As Kanon watched this, he sighed again. Kanon wasn't an idiot either. He fully understood what Jessica intended by inviting him. But to be honest, playing along with Jessica's love game seemed like it'd be nothing more than an annoyance to him. Let's play a love game, play a love game. Nya 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 nya. Nya nya nya. There you go, monkey. However, Shannon had asked him over and over. He was deeply indebted to her, so he couldn't refuse. And that brooch was in his pocket. This strange turn of events had been brought about by the magic power residing in his brooch. Ridiculous. But he remembered what Shannon had said to him that day. Could Shannon see something he couldn't? I don't understand Shannon's feelings. We are furniture. As if we could ever become anything more. It was a truly odd exchange between Jessica, who was still rambling on in a strange voice, and Kanon, who sighed deeply. Aw shit, they did the fade to black and white. They ain't fucking around with this. Jessie, someone's here. Didn't you hear? Sorry. Who is it? As my friends all gathered together, they were looking this way with hard to describe expressions, whispering to each other in small voices that weren't small anymore. My attempt to play dumb felt really transparent, even to me. Did I really just say sorry? Who is it? I don't know who just showed up. It's useless, my mind's going blank. No way! That's Jesse's boyfriend? He's so cute! Wait, he's real? No way, seriously? Jessica, you traitor! He's incredible! He's younger? I never heard he was younger. Where? Where's Jesse's boyfriend? I don't like that last quote. I don't want to say that last quote. That quote skeeves me out. But he looks really nice when he's like not dressed up. He's looking like he's like a firearms merchant. Damn, he's dripped out and his hand isn't hanging sideways in the air. Let's go. He finally put his hands in the pockets. Hey! Aren't you late? I didn't know where the entrance was. I must apologize for my tardiness. Right, that outfit looks really good on you. He can lower that arm. Insane. He's been raising that arm for like a solid 2 chapters. Must have gotten tired by now. Shannon said normal clothes wouldn't do, so we went and bought this the other day. Does it look strange on me? That's not true. Shannon, when I get back, I'll promote you 2 levels! Feels like everyone here's a girl. It's uncomfortable. Yeah, isn't it? Come on, let's not hang around here. Let's go to the stage, okay? I'm gonna lie, I would too. Cause I'll be up pretty soon. Come on, come on, come on! Jessica seemed just as uncomfortable. It looked like being bathed in everyone's everyone's interested gazes was hard on her. When she saw Jessica's appearance, Kanan thought he might have made things difficult to her by coming. I get the feeling I'm getting in the way. Am I being a burden? I told you, no way! Please tell me at any time if I start getting in the way. No way! He calls himself Boku! There's no way you'd get in the way, Kanan-kun! She calls her boyfriend Kun? What would you like me to do, milady? No way! She makes him call her milady like a butler? OMG, OMG! God, these girls. No, you can't call me milady today! Is that so? As you wish, Jessica-sama. She turned into call her Sama! What is the slice of life segment? Yeah! Oh my god. Sorry, Kana-kun. Could you close your eyes for just 3 seconds? This girl's fucking thirsty. I guess she was right with how her school is. Just obsessed with boyfriends. Yeah! Kiss, it's a kiss. She's gonna kiss him. As you wish. Not gonna do that, right, Jessica? Yeah, I had a feeling she was gonna beat the shit out of her friends. By the time Kanan opened his eyes, a horrible tragedy had occurred in the room. Everyone had been driven into the walls, their arms and legs outstretched. Jessica had slipped her brass knuckles back into her pocket before Kanan's eyes opened. Oh my god. Anyway, let's go over to the stage. Our turn's coming up soon, so let's take a seat and wait for a bit. Cause we gotta get ready. Yes, fuck them up, doll. She fucked them up with brass knuckles. Jesus Christ, she ain't fooling around. Go straight to the end here and you'll see a temporary stage. You'll know where to go. What? Please wait there. Damn, girl. Yeah, she brings brass knuckles to school? What the fuck kind of school is this? This sounds like my middle school. She pushed Kanan's back, and he seemed to be having trouble moving himself and chased him out. She slipped what? She has what? Oh my god. Even though Kanan was confused by Jessica's attitude and her panicky state, which he'd never seen before, he followed her instructions and headed in the direction she had indicated. After seeing him off with an awkward smile, Jessica slammed the door shut and yelled loudly. There you go, you saw, right? You saw that. Are you happy now? Sex for you! Where was this in the first episode? Yeah, this is like Higurashi antics. I lost a bet. I was sure Jessie didn't have a boyfriend. Are you sure that was her boyfriend? I bet she's just abusing one of her servants, right? Jessie's boyfriend's incredible. This really is the Looney Tunes chapter. It really is. Shut up! Average American elementary school. Yeah. My middle school, man. We had kids bring knives to school. Come on, let's get ready! Yeah. Damn, they read her like a book. When Jessica took the brass knuckles out of her pocket again, everyone energetically returned to their tasks. Damn, Jessica's being called out. Oh, hey there, Vaughn! Let me see, what is those? I can't read those. They're too blurred out. Conan went down the corridor Jessica had shown him and ran into a temporary stage set up where the vending machine should have been. I remember knives in middle school. Truly a cultural experience of almost being stabbed. Yep. It was probably being rented by the hour by some group or club. The ones singing were student groups, but the crowd was still incredibly excited. Disliking that clatter, he leaned against a wall in the darkness by himself. So this is what they call high school. It sure is noisy. That's what Kanon thought. Then he remembered Jessica just now, acting in a way that he'd never seen before. Honestly, she was in such high spirits that alcohol might have been involved. Luckily, I was cordial with the majority of the people who were likely to stab me, so I did not have to worry. I was bullied in middle school, so it was very likely I could have got stabbed by someone just because they wanted to see how I would bleed that day. To him, remaining composed and intellectual at all times was the highest virtue. I like that that's how he thinks of her. She's clearly drunk. In that sense, it was very hard for Kanon to get used to the atmosphere of a school cultural festival. He had a responsibility to report everything he saw and heard to the master. So, he also had to report about how Jessica had acted without restraint earlier. Yeah, Jessica beat the shit out of her classmates with brass knuckles. Looking back, I was probably bullied, but because I lacked the ability to give a shit, they just said meh. At the very least, it was not fitting for the daughter of the Yoshida-miya head family. The master, Kraus-sama, and especially Natsuhi-sama, will probably be angry. If I'm to report it in a way that protects Milady, should I blame it on inappropriate school friends? What was all that? So stupid. Kanon thought back on how Jessica had acted earlier and sighed again. Natsuhi angry, my beloved. Just so long as he doesn't take it out on Shannon. He could understand Natsuhi's headache a little now. Come to think of it, Natsuhi-sama, as the president of the PTA, of course she's the president of the PTA, god, was supposed to go to an informal gathering after attending the ceremony in the gymnasium. She said she wouldn't be able to see Milady's performance, didn't she? It's probably for the best. Crowds certainly are unpleasant. What in the world is going on? I don't know about that. I remember when I did performances in like high school and stuff, and my mom wouldn't show up, I would be sad. I always wanted my mom to come and see me. Several female students kept glancing at me. It seems they're whispering the same things, a lady's school friend said. It's truly unpleasant. Come to think of it, didn't Shannon warn me? No worries, I'll be the stand-in for Shannon. I'll protect the maid. You better. If you walk alone at something like a school festival, you better watch out because lots of strange people will come and talk to you. Excuse me? Are you by yourself? Just as expected, a group of girls I'd never met started talking to me. Their stares started to make my back tingle. Didn't she tell me some magic words that could chase them off in times like that? Stranger danger! Sorry. I'm with someone. Uh-oh, really? I'm sorry. Ah, it worked. Instant reaction. Well, that got rid of them, but it hadn't really changed the number of people staring at me. Kanan gonna say the gamer word. I'm a gamer. I play League of Legends, sorry. No, it's that kid. That's Jesse's boyfriend? No way, it's that kid? I can't believe it. I was sure he was fake. Isn't he cute? So he's younger? Lucky Jesse. There's no way I'll ever come to a place like this again. Oh, hour 30. Let me go check in on my uncle. Alright, I'm back. Went inside for about the zillionth time that day. Oh, Kanon, you have been marked? Eh? When he did, the lighting changed and the standing audience started cheering. Shannon, we are not human. We are trying to rank on League of Legends. Yeah, people that rank on League of Legends aren't human. He looked around and realized that there was suddenly a large group of people there. Kanan, why are you going jungle right now? We need to push bot lane! Colonel, I'm killing Drake. And unlike earlier, they were mostly guys. With this huge crowd, he couldn't even see the stage. Fortunately, there was a fallen beer case nearby, so he tried using that as a footstool. Peak Umineko incoming? Oh? We getting Kino? When he did, he realized that there was now a new group on the stage. Umineko is always peak, what do you mean? Their leader is Milady. Fallen beer case? Yeah, this is a high school. Why is there a beer case? She changed into stage clothes, and she's even holding a guitar. I wonder if there's anything with the original images here. Okay, no. I didn't know she could play. And again, maybe she can play. It was a different time. The 1980s. I've seen her practicing air guitar before. Natsuya-sama wouldn't approve of any hobbies outside of study. Maybe she was always practicing in secret. Come to think of it, she's been returning really late from school recently, hasn't she? Show us Jessica in stage clothes, you coward. I know that there's a CG for this, but it might be in the like later remake of the game. Because I've heard people say she cosplays a Toho character. Maybe she's been practicing at school, far away from Natsuhi-sama's prying eyes. Really is for the best that Natsuhi-sama didn't come. If Milady were to get scolded by Natsuhi-sama after putting so many hours of practice in, she'd probably be dejected. Jessie-sama! Probably took photos of a club and not an actual school. Everyone, thanks for gathering here today. I can hear Jessica-sama's forceful voice through the speakers. Jessie-sama. Maybe that's her nickname at school. Let me see. What is this? Oh, that's from the fighting game. Okay, the Toho thing's from the fighting game. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, she's cosplaying Marissa. And one of the girls is cosplaying Reimu. Is the other girl supposed to be Sakuya? No idea who the drummer is supposed to be. Here, I'll show it. Oh, and you can see Kana on the beer case. Hold on. Let me get this up. Yeah, this is from the fighting game, apparently. The fighting game will serve as visuals for now. He is a short king. He's just like me, for real, for real. Yeah, Golden Fantasia. Yeah, there's an Umineko fighting game, but I have yet to play it because I heard it has spoilers. Which, I mean, this is a Chapter 2 spoiler. So it makes sense. You're living the spoiler right now. The students in the audience kept calling out that name. I'm a little offended by that crude name. It's inappropriate for Milady. Jessica-sama was in high spirits as they kept shouting Jessie-sama. Playing as Battler, living out his dream of fighting Beatrice in hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, George got some white boy fighting sprites, I must say. Everyone here was probably a fan. Her mic performance picked up on that and electrified them even more. Bold of you to assume that Beatrice uses her hands. She uses her pipe. It's almost like a music program on TV. At first, he thought this was all silly, but that feeling had changed into appreciation. It was incredible in its own way. Kana never listened to music of his own free will, but he'd often heard the kind of music that Ushidamiya family liked. George has the most funny idol stance I've seen in a fighting game. I would look it up, but I'm scared of spoilers. Since it was almost all classical, Kanon had naturally taken a liking to that kind of music. So to Kanon, the song Jessica sang was... how should you say it? Extremely colorful. In any case, if Natsuhi-sama heard it, she'd probably faint. I'm on the case, boss. Thank you. Oh shit! We actually get a Marissa CG. Tsurupettan. Tsurupettan. Pettan, pettan. Tsurupettan. Pettan, pettan. Tsurupettan. Pettan, pettan. Tsurupettan. Oh my god, this song. Pettan, pettan. Tsurupettan. Oh my god, I can't believe they're playing pettan, pettan. Tsurupettan. Pettan, pettan, tsurupettan. Pettan, pettan, mochi pettan. Pettan, pettan, mune pettan. Pettan, pettan, tsurupettan. Pettan, pettan, tsurupettan. Pettan, pettan, mochi pettan. Pettan, pettan, mune pettan. But everyone looked like they were having a really good time. I can't believe they actually were able to play pettan, pettan, tsurupettan. Some die-hard fans who had even brought pen lights sing along and dance crazily. with the same movements. Almost as though it had been planned ahead. We were too late. Sad. Yeah, I think it only had that CG in the original version. God, it's been forever since I heard pettan, pettan, tsurupettan. On the stage, Jessica-sama also sang enthusiastically, dripping with sweat. He couldn't find a single element that was appropriate for a daughter of the Ishinomiya family, but it looked like so much fun. I'd say I'm surprised the school allowed it, but considering who the PTA leader is, yeah, the song itself is probably not the lyrics. Pettan, pettan, tsurupettan. If you guys don't know what that means, like, you know. Yeah. But wow, I'm surprised that this release on Steam was able to have a Toho song in it. But yeah, that song's talking about people's breasts. What does it mean? Pettan is flat. Tsurupettan is smooth and flat, so it's talking about, like, tiny breasts, yeah. It's a Toho song about flat chests, yeah. It looked like so much fun. Jessie-sama! Jessie! What is this? Pettan, pettan, tsurupettan. Pettan, pettan. Yeah, the whole song is like a creeper song. What is this? Nani? What is this? Nani? Again today, behind me, the sound of footsteps. Oh, Oyashiro! Oyashiro-sama is stalking me. Curses, disappearances, sacrifices, torture, onikakushi. Does that make a good snack? Don't say Marissa! Nice Toho and Higurashi reference. Someone did a custom animation of the MC of the Fate series. That's all that is. I must not go along with it, but... At any rate, the lady is full of life and looks like she's having a great time. As I watched Milady enjoying herself, I thought, could this be Yoshida Jessica's true nature? Don't I know better than anyone that during her life on Rokenjima, she's had no choice but to kill her sense of self. I'm also surprised by the fact that they did a Toho song, but it wasn't Marissa Stole the Precious Thing when Jessica's cosplaying as Marissa. Because isn't Pettan Pettan Tsurupettan a Suika song? Yeah, it was a Suika song, wasn't it? So the time she spends, not as Milady, successor to the Yoshida-Miya family, but as a single girl called Jessica, living life to the fullest must be very important to her. He simply be busting it down in the name of the Lord. I worked close to Milady, seen her in all seasons, and thought I knew something, and thought I knew everything about her. But that was all limited to one side of her. The Milady of Rokenjima. No one can sing Marissa Stole the Precious Thing. Like, actually impossible live, I mean. Yeah. I want to try it now. We are furniture. We serve on Rokenjima and end our lives on Rokenjima. So I've come to think of Rokenjima itself as our whole world. But no, I don't. You're tempting me. As though, like in Ptolemaic theory? What is that? The ocean spilled off the end of the world into an abyss. on. I need to do something now. I just need it. I just need a moment, okay? Bunny, do it. Bless you. Did Kano just confirm that he lives on the edge of the flat earth? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Wanninyoni? 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 Gosun 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 kuni? Nianza nianza 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 nianza nianza 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 nianza nianza 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 guten Morgen hier hier ichi 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 hiffen 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 Don't do 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 ってないわ don't do 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 ってかないわチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチあ上海上海上海上海ほらほらほらはいフランスホランティベット京都ロンドンロシアオレンジ嫌い嫌いラービン誰がcan't be live without you どうしてなぜかしらwhy don't I miss you a lot forever 知らないわそんな魔法思いは伝えたら壊れちゃうあなたとは違うから人の心まで簡単に盗まないでチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチ 遠い思いけり Life without you どうして難しいらWhy don't we be on forever 知ってるわそんな秘密いつでも胸の中叫んでるあなたとは違うから人の心まで簡単に盗むないでゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンゴスンチェッチチェッチチェッチチェッチあサンガほれまずなんでティベット京都ロンドンロシアオレンズHe's done it. The madman. He is the button. If you breathe, you lose. Wow. Thank you for the hydrate. I had a feeling most of it was singable. Thank you for the head pats. And take a moment. Biden Burrasto. We've long passed the point of no return. Let's keep on going anyway. We ain't seeing the pearly gates today, chat bunny. You need air to live. Not today! I can't believe it. I'm in shambles at the fact. It is actually possible. Anything is possible if you are the one. Yeah, the only parts that aren't possible is when it, like, specifically, like, glitches. When it's like, like that part is impossible to do. But everything else is possible. Believe in yourself, Linux. You too can be bunny if you try. See, I knew it was possible. I knew it. I didn't sing that song to myself in the mid-2010s all the time to be told it's impossible. Anyway, back to Umineko. I know what I'm naming this pod. Just 'cause stole the precious thing. But when I look at my lady like this, I can see how horribly narrow that outlook is. I still can't go along with the excitement of the crowd. But I feel like I can see something that cannot be seen on Okanjima. I'm not sure if this is the unseeable thing Shannon was talking about. But the ocean still doesn't look blue to me. Anyways, back to the depressing realization that Kanon had no aspirations in life due to his status as furniture to the Yoshida Miya family. What a downer. God damn. Come on. Live it up, Kanon. Go join her. Go cosplay as that one dude from Toho. I forgot what his name was because I never cared about him. The guy with the glasses. Yeah, Kanon. Lighten up. Kiss a girl. Or a boy if you prefer. I don't judge. Or he could just not kill it. Kill. Or he could just not kiss anyone at all. Wasn't the cultural festival at Jessica's school today? Please tell me Kanon found humanity in a rich girl singing a creepy song in a Toho cosplay. Yeah, he literally just watched a Marissa cosplayer sing about breasts and he's like, that song touched me. I don't think he even understood what the song was talking about. He's just like, wow, that song is so... pettan, tsurupettan. God. How is the principal doing? Inosuke is cool. I love his book. He's a really interesting character. Oh yeah, I remember reading his book. His book was pretty good. It's been like years since I read it though. I remember I really liked the one book girl. What was her name? Kosuzu or something? I really liked her manga. Kanon after watching a filthy rich Marissa cosplayer singing about small boobs. I want to live! Yeah, Kosuzu. I really liked Kosuzu. How is the principal doing? He seems to be in good health. That's right. Diet member Takamiya was also there. He said to give you his regards. Busy as usual. It appeared so. And that person is also very energetic. Oh, and I believe President Emoto also made an appearance. Naturally, the topic of Jessica's cultural festival came up at dinner. School events often became social gatherings for local volunteers. It was the same for the Yoshida Miya family, who were celebrities around here. Natsui remembered the name of one VIP after another at the social gathering, telling Kraus the news about them. Jessica didn't really have any interest in that discussion, and rudely slurped her pumpkin soup. Natsui wouldn't like that song, as she has big booba, like huge hadonkadonks, like ginormous habambadambas. I think she would just be offended by the fact that she even sang a song about breasts in the first place. Because it's not very becoming. Milady, perhaps you ought to take more care with your manners. Yeah, sorry about that. Jessica, how many times must I tell you to watch your language? Yes, ma'am. Jessica answered, discouraged. Nonsense. She's reasonable in a shotgun-wielding way. When she saw that, Cross smiled a little and paused his conversation with Natsuhi. She would be offended by so many things, but mostly the brass knuckles. She'd also be probably like, why did you dress up as a witch? How was the festival for you, Jessica? Huh? Well, it was okay. I was watching. You did an excellent job. Huh? You listened to me sing a song about boobs? Wow. Jessica's face turned bright red. Okay, maybe she is okay with songs about boobs. She probably hadn't imagined that Natsuhi would actually come to see her on stage. She felt a mix of happiness and embarrassment. Yeah, maybe you should have sang Marissa Stole the Precious instead of Pettan, pettan, tsurupettan. Actually, she hadn't really wanted her mother to watch since she didn't want to be told that her music was inappropriate for the Yoshida Miya family. Yeah, how did she get Toho music? It's 1980! But it certainly didn't make her unhappy to hear her parents say she'd done a good job after watching her try her best. Jessica acted with both composure and dignity while she sung about tiny breasts. Fitting behavior for the students represented. I just think that her mom just was not paying attention to the actual lyrics. A witch did it. Oh, yeah. The smile that had been there until a second ago crumbled like sand. Jessica immediately realized that her mom was talking about something different. Oh, okay, yeah, she wasn't there for it. Okay, makes sense. Jessica was also the school's student president. Of course she is. I bet her mom bought her that position. She had no interest in doing something so annoying, but her parents had been pushy, so she grudgingly accepted. I think she was comically far away watching with no audio. Unfortunately, she was popular at school, so she won the election easily. So Natsuhi was praising her for the student council sponsorship ceremony at the beginning of the cultural festival. Parents being supportive at the most awkward time you can imagine is a bittersweet feeling, because on one hand you have the praise you want from your family, on the other hand this was embarrassing. Oh, she was talking about the speech she gave Sag. Yeah, she wasn't there for the pettan tsurupettan cover. I still wonder if 07 got the rights to that to put it in his game, since this is on Steam. Was that Iosis that did pettan? Actually, she had just carried that out half-heartedly. After that, she immediately met up with her friends and held a stage rehearsal for the rest of the time. I remember these volumes, these chapters were released at Komiket, which is also where the Toho games were released. It's very much a time capsule of that era, and I love it. That experience of standing above people and bearing responsibility will surely prove useful in the future. I'm sure it will help Jessica mature as a member of the Yoshida Miya family. But you rushed a little while giving the greeting. You get a pass on content, but the fast pace of your speech lessened the impact. It might help if you developed a habit of pausing every once in a while. How else will she be able to sing Marissa Stole the Precious, though? Yeah. After she finished eating, Jessica didn't feel like going straight to her room. Her room was basically the place her parents had ordered her to be. So perhaps for Jessica, instead of returning to her own room, Being in an unknown location in this large mansion was a meager form of resistance. I'm looking it up, but I am assuming that it was allowed to be in there since there hasn't been a lawsuit or anything about it. And Toho has so many fan things they probably don't actually care too much. Yeah. They were probably just like... What's the word? They were probably just honored that 07 expansion put in a Toho reference in his game. Because by the time of Umineko, I think 07 was already huge because of Higurashi. Jessica felt that even being in the mansion made it hard to breathe, so she went outside to the rose garden. Well, even if she did show up, I'm sure she would have said something about how it wasn't appropriate for a successor of the Yoshida Miya family. So, isn't it better this way? Jessica laughed at what she was sulking over. She laughed at what kind of words she could possibly have been expecting. They probably just said, huh, Toho got referenced in peak fiction. Hell yeah, keep going, you funky little character torturer. That was dumb of me. In the end, I was just acting like an entitled brat. When you really think about it, Toho was responsible for Witch's heart. I'm a little exasperated with myself, and it makes me want to laugh. Milady. Kanan-kun. Don't scare me like that. Just as she was about to force a laugh, Kanan suddenly started talking to her and she choked. What's up? Got something to say? Yes? Jessica's expression became the one she always wore when looking at Kanon. The listless Jessica from a second ago was gone. If he had still only known Jessica as the eventual successor to the Yoshida Miya family, as he had until yesterday, he might have mistakenly thought that Jessica's mood had sprung back to normal. But that wasn't right. He now knew a part of her that he couldn't have seen until yesterday. So he understood that there was no way Jessica actually felt the way she appeared. Oh, about today's cultural festival. Well, thanks for coming with me so I could show off. You saved my butt out there. That song. You're really good. What does pettan pettan tsurupettan mean? What? Really? Embarrassing me. Even though she had heard the words she most wanted to hear, Jessica acted shyly and couldn't accept them openly. I cannot sing, and I don't know how to play any instrument other than the harmonica and the recorder, which I learned in elementary school. So I simply assumed you were the same, milady. I had to create the gift, but it is done. Oh, you got White Boy George? At the time, Jessica had never felt as though he'd been looking down on Jessica in this way. But all the people he'd shown playing special instruments were on the other side of the brown tubes in the TV. Give us hot cross buttons. Check DMs? Okay. I'll put this up in... Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. Look at this white boy go. Go, white boy, go. Okay. Give me 1 second. Oh my god, he's even in the aquarium. Let me see. Go, white boy, go. Look at this dude. His idol stance in the fighting game. Hot cross buns. Is cross hot? Natsuhi, please answer. Look at him bouncing. He looks like such a white guy. I accidentally broke my dental floss with my teeth while flossing. Is that normal? You broke your like you cut it in half with your teeth or something? Look at this dude. I'm gonna put this in the corner. Oh, whoops. I need to do that. There we go. Somewhat? Go, white boy, go is all I can think of when I see archangels tossing various weapons at me. At the very least, he'd been under the impression that it'd be impossible for Jessica. Yeah, I put it between my 2 front teeth and it got cut in half. Mine gets frayed sometimes, so don't worry about it too much. Yeah, that's happened with me a few times too. I am furniture. Just got some sharp teethers. Becoming a vampire. So I didn't believe there was any need to sing or play instruments. A stance is the stance of someone who paid for 4 weeks karate classes and saw like 20 Jackie Chan movies. But I'm not sure anymore. Seriously, Kanon-kun. Enough with that I am furniture business. It means you're becoming stronger. Become stronger, Adamello like chorus, to defeat me. You know what I mean? Yes. It's like a proper attitude you servants are supposed to have, right? Okay, that's good. I was afraid it meant like I got bad dental floss, or there could be something wrong with my teeth. I don't think anything would be wrong with your teeth for breaking it in half or anything. Maybe the floss is like a little cheap or something? I don't know. Servants are supposed to be like living furniture. And Kenji-san says it a lot. It isn't just a proper attitude. Because we really are furniture. I know the kids from the Fukuin house receive assistance from grandfather in various ways. Especially in how we abuse orphans for free labor. I realize how grateful you are for that. But it's a bit cruel for you to have to call yourself furniture just because of that. We're all human, aren't we? Kanon-kun, when you saw me singing, what did you think? You looked like you were having a lot of fun. I don't think that's true. Huh? You didn't just think it looked fun. You were envious, weren't you? That's not... You're not me. Kanon probably hadn't noticed that emotion himself. The strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper's... There's a strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper? That sounds good. Most likely, Kanon saw something he'd never seen before, learned about it for the first time, and felt envious. We're all human, aren't we? No, Jessica. You don't seem to be understanding me. I'm literally a bedside table. And to trick himself out of that emotion, he called himself furniture over and over. I know I'm a successor to the Ishidamiya family or whatever. And, well, I'm sure there'll be a lot of annoying stuff to do from now on. As far as that goes, I can't do anything but give up since I was born under an unlucky star. Probably just like you had to live at the Fukuin house, I don't have a chance either. I couldn't choose the stars under which I was born. That may be true. Yes, there's strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper. I found it yesterday and it's good. Ooh, I'll have to look around for it at Walmart or something sometime then. Mr. Pumpkin just offed himself? Eh? But there's one place where you and I are completely different. Kanon keeping his hand up in a permanent salute has gotta be hard after a while. Yeah, that's why he had his hands in his pockets when he was at school. Needed to give his hands a rest. Know what that is? I am furniture and the lady is not. I was about to say that, but stopped. Mr. Pumpkin, no. I do not know. Kanon-kun, you decided that your fate determines everything about you, and you gave up. I feel like that's an extremely awkward angle to hold your arm at. Like, holding it straight up would be easier. Yeah. Kind of like bending it a little bit. But I can't accept this kind of fate, so I do the best I can. Oh wait, that was Jessica. So, while there's still the rigid and concerned... Oh, the rigid and cornered me that's gotta stay as the daughter of the Ishidamiya family, I've created another me that can do what I like to the fullest. Another you. Yeah. Kanan-kun, you've been instructed to stay because I am furniture. I'm sure you've gone through a lot of tough times just because of that. I think that's really unfortunate. But the idea that your entire life will be dedicated and decided by that alone just seems sad to me. Hope you enjoyed the picture I just sent you. What did you just send me? Are you today's date? 'Cause you're 10 out of 10! Okay, yeah, that is a good image. Very nice. You know, it's always possible for people to create another self-insert. No, self-insert? A self inside them, a self that they can truly grow to like. I'm not talking about escaping from reality, okay? When I'm that other self, I can really feel like I'm living a great life. So no matter how constrained and boring everyday life gets to be, I can always live on without suffocating. To make another self inside yourself that you can truly grow to like. To make another me, one that isn't furniture. Through her relationship with George-sama, has Shannon given birth to another self that isn't furniture? Kneeling in respect to this Giga Stacy who added me in fate grand order. Oh, let's go. Arthur! It's not every day you see Arthur Sims. And did this other Shannon see something that cannot be seen by furniture? That's right. Well, I don't know anything about your private life, Kanan-kun. I'm not talking about escaping from reality. Well, guess I built this reality swapping gun for nothing. But I can sorta guess. Your private life probably doesn't exist at all. NP6 double support list style. Jesus Christ. You put like everything into him. Am I right? Kanan couldn't reply, but that was answer enough. He had no concept of a private life. So Kanan would always be Kanan. So furniture would always be furniture. Kanan-kun, Kanan isn't your real name, right? In the Fukuin house, new graduates would be given new families and a new life, so they were also given a new name. In his case, that was Kanan. Certainly, this name of mine may be a temporary thing. Before, he had thought of himself as Kanan and no one else. But he remembered. There definitely had been another self that wasn't Kanan. But that was far, far away, beyond the distant fog of oblivion. He's so edgy. So even for you, it should be okay to have times when you're Kanan-kun and times when you aren't. Maybe when you act as a servant, that Kanan-kun calls himself furniture and strictly limits his own will. But when you aren't Kanan-kun, I think it's okay to live much, much more freely. Those words definitely weren't just lip service. Jessica had also been like this in the past. She had cursed her own birth into an environment different from all of her friends at school. Only she had been in a heavily constricted environment, forced to learn all sorts of things. And she had even been told whom she was and wasn't allowed to play with. It may have been sad, but she'd given up, resigning herself to the fact she'd been born under that kind of star. But one day, Jessica stopped giving up and surrendering. And so he joined Jessica in the band and became known as Kanon the Rock. Stuff like Ashita Miya family customs and pressure didn't matter. She created a real Jessica inside herself, one who could do what she really wanted to do. You know, I go by the nickname Jessie at school. When I'm Jessie, I live life honestly and to the fullest. And because of that, I can do my best when I'm Jessica too. Would it really be so bad if you could also have times when you're Kanon and times when you're your real name? When you aren't Kanon, can't you try becoming another self that you can like? A time when I am not Kanon. He'd once thought of his real name as being completely meaningless. Because of that, he thought that Kanon summed up everything about him. And now, Jessica was telling him to create something new. Another self that wasn't Kanon. Kanon-kun, if you don't mind, tell me, what's your real name? He was silent for quite some time. Maybe Kanon's real name had risen to the tip of his tongue. After hesitating for a long time over whether he should say it, in the end, he swallowed it back down. I forgot. Your name doesn't matter anymore. Those words contained a faint rejection, no matter what kind of real name I had. The only truth now is that here, I am Kanon. You are such a wet blanket, Kanon. The past has nothing to do with anything. The materials with which furniture is made, be it a trunk or a tree or otherwise, are meaningless in the end. I told you to stop that! You aren't furniture, you're human, right? I'm not human! Kanon clearly voiced his refusal. What's your name? I forgot. It was with a rage that he normally didn't show. Jessica couldn't say anything back and was struck silent. You are human, milady. Anyway, okay. I think we're gonna go into a bit more. I thought maybe this was gonna end on a sweet note, but I'm foreseeing it going into edgy time with Kanon. So I think I'll end here, and we will switch to SMT Nocturne. But I really like this. I liked this whole outing with Kanon more than I did the George and Shannon date. I think Jessica and Kanon are a lot better in terms of like the couples, in my opinion. Well, the seagulls have to cry eventually, yep. Ending on a sweet note, please. This is Umineko. Without love, the magic cannot be seen. But yeah, I liked this a lot more. It was like, it reminded me of like the earlier parts of Higurashi. Very like zany and funny. Kind of missed that from Higurashi. So this was peak fiction. This stream. Why are the seagulls crying though? Without the witch's heart, the story will never end. Do you have a wish that you are willing to kill for? Anyway, I'm gonna go on a BRB. Let me get rid of this George white boy dance. And we will play some SMT Nocturne in a bit.